everyone and welcome back to my channel, Olivia and I'm Shona, and this is my 5 tips on puree weaning. I've kind of been holding off on this video for a couple of weeks. I've just had some issues with weaning that I think it's taken me a bit longer to sort of work my head around it, sort of enjoy it, get Olivia to enjoy it. It's just been a lot harder than I honestly thought it was going to be. So I originally kind of thought about doing this as just like a first tastes video, showing you how Olivia was getting on with her first taste, but I've actually ended up deciding to do a sort of like tips video, and this is my first sort of tips video, so I hope you enjoy it. I just thought it would maybe be more beneficial to sort of speak about the issues that we've had and how we've resolved them and how it can help other people. So first tip would be to be organised. Know when you're going to start, and prior to that batch cook loads of puree. Well, not loads of purees, but a few ice cube trays of bits and pieces for your baby to try, and that way each day you've got something to try and you don't have to be peeling and chopping fruits and vegetables every day. So definitely being organised helps a lot. And if they've got them in the freezer, and you can just take out an ice cube or two in a bowl for that day and you're sorted. Tip 2 is probably the main one for me, is stick to vegetables first. I had 2 books, I bought 2 weaning books, and one of them I looked at first. I had like a plan of when you should feed your baby, when you give her bottles, and I thought, oh, that's really helpful. Let's kind of just stick with that. We'll go with that and it'll be really good. That plan had mixing up different days, different vegetables, different fruits, and that's what I went with. The other book, which I actually didn't even look at because I just seen this plan, I thought we'll go with that, was stick to vegetables first, and I almost wish I had read that book as well. You know what, like, you buy books and then you just don't have the time to read them. Would definitely stick with vegetables first. Get them into the habit of having savoury tastes and see how you get on with it. That's basically was our biggest problem with Olivia. The book, the plan, it did, the first couple of days was vegetables, and then it went on to fruits, and she was loving all the sweet stuff and hating all the vegetables. I think the only 2 vegetables that she really took to was carrots and butternut squash. Everything else was just physically cowking, like, I'm not going to eat this. And you're just like, what? You put everything in your mouth, but you won't eat this, or you won't even try it. It's the kind, I just totally threw me, because I kind of thought that when it came to weaning, they would just eat whatever you gave them, but that's obviously not the case. A bit naive maybe. And I just didn't expect to be getting these sorts of reactions quite this early. I thought that was more toddler stage. Definitely stick with vegetables first and go a couple of weeks. I would say maybe a couple of days do one vegetable, another couple of days do another vegetable, just to kind of get into the routine of tasting them and trying them. They say that it takes over 10 times for you to actually know whether you like a food or not. With Olivia it was the first try. So the third tip is dedicate time to weaning. Kind of like when you're going to potty train, but not, you don't have to stay in all the time, more just when you're thinking about weaning or giving them sort of first tastes every day, stick to their sort of routine so they know what they're doing. We went away a trip down to Stirling, and I tried to hold off weaning her till after, but it was like the last few days before we left, she was getting so agitated with food every time we were eating, and I just felt like we needed to do this, but I thought, well, we're talking like 5 days, you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I really do wish I had sort of waited until I was sort of home, we were in a routine, because when we were trying to give her purees when she was out and about, we were sitting in restaurants and the head was going, she wasn't interested in eating food, she was too busy looking around her. You know, there's a couple of weeks you're going to be at home, you're not going anywhere, you can give her first tastes, you know, morning, generally sort of like dinner time when she's had a couple of bottles, and you know you're sorted and you can see how you get on from there. Tip number 4 is stay calm. Don't get agitated, try and be patient, don't stress, and keep positive. I know it's so difficult when you've made all these nice meals and you're wanting to just go, you know, just at the situation, and you're having to throw out various foods after all your hard work. It's just to try and be patient, because they'll feed off your energy, and I think that was kind of what it was coming down to. I was getting agitated, she was getting agitated, and it was just a massive whirlwind of none of us enjoying it. The more she resisted, the more I got stressed. The more she could see I was getting stressed, she was getting stressed, upset, and we never enjoyed it. So the 5th tip kind of goes on from that, is to just go with your baby. And that's what we've had to do. I wanted to get the health visitor in, and I kept putting it off, and I kept putting it off, and there was just one day I was like, right, I'm going to phone the health visitor, and we're going to get her in, and let's have her sit down with me, you know, because I'd spoken to people about it. I had spoken to antenatal group, I'd spoken to people online that I'm chummy with, I'd looked online, I'd looked at all these avenues, but there was just so much information, and try this and try that and try this, and I just felt like, my head just felt like it was going to explode with it all, and I just wanted somebody to physically come and sit down with me and sort of speak it through and sort of tell me where to go and how to progress. So I'm really grateful that she came in and we sort of spoke about it, and what she was saying was to try and feed Olivia what we were eating. So kind of cut out all the purees and just go with food that she could sort of go. So maybe kind of skipping the sort of 6-month purees and going sort of 7+ into mashes, sort of more solid food that she can sort of taste and get the texture of, finger foods, things like that. And that's what we've done, and it's been an absolute success. That's been about a week at it now, and she's just eating things no bother. We're actually just so surprised. We gave her cut up bits of chicken, just small little cubes of chicken at the weekend, and she was eating them no problem, like proper chewing them. I was like, I'm just surprised that, we've just mostly given her really smooth purees that she's done no chewing at, and she's actually like so good at chewing that it's almost scary, because she's only 6.5 months. So that's what we've done. We're just giving her exactly what we're eating. She's had like steak, pie, mashed veg, mashed potatoes, chicken, tuna, baked potatoes, rice so far, and she's loving it. She's so much more happier. She enjoys her food, she wants it, she wants you to give you more. We're still giving her maybe a fruit puree, like for breakfast or in yogurts and things, but no, honestly, it's been an absolute success, and I think that's why I wanted to keep that as like the last tip, was to just go with what she's happy with. We could have continued to force purees onto her, vegetable purees onto her, but there was just never no happiness and she wasn't enjoying it. So I kind of think, what's the point of pushing something on her that she wasn't happy with? And now that we're giving her normal food, and it's not baby-led weaning, well, not proper baby-led weaning, because obviously we're cutting things up, we're still spoon feeding her, I didn't want to do baby-led weaning. That's just my preference. It wasn't something I was comfortable with, and it didn't feel that it was for us. So it was kind of, I think that's why I wasn't sure about going into normal foods. I kind of wanted to, but I didn't really know how to go around it and, you know, just sort of do it. So I think having the health visitor come in just helped us. It basically got somebody to sort of go, look, just do it, you know, just do what is right for your baby. And 90% of the time I am like that. I will do what's best for Olivia and what I feel is best for her and what works. But sometimes you stumble upon things that you just think, I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. And it was. Yeah, just go with them. Just try it. So that's my 5 tips. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if there's anything you want to ask, please do so in the questions below. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to ask anything there, just give us a shout and I'm happy to help. This is my first video on 5 tips. It's not something I thought I would do because I'm a first time mum, but the whole weaning process has been a huge learning curve for me, and the next, if I was to ever do it again, which hopefully I will, I would definitely change my ways and how I've done it with Olivia. I hope you like this video. I'm going to include some, I took some videos of her getting her first tastes, so I'll include a couple of them in just so you can see how she was getting on with her first taste, because some of them are quite funny. But I'll include that in now. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, any comments. I would love you to subscribe. See you later, bye!